Philip Ajomo, otherwise known as the Wraith, had a rather rough start to life. His childhood was spent avoiding the slaughter gangs that would roll through villages during the Nigerian Civil War, massacring those born to the country. Following the death of his parents, he has only his grandmother Abigail and the lucky bell which once belonged to his father.
If you see anything, if you see danger, ring your father's bell and hide with the others.
Bells were used in the villages to signify danger and tell the denizens to hide away as best they could should a killing crew storm through the village looking for humans to butcher. Philip's grandmother would comfort him and distract him with math challenges until the cry of a toddler rips through the silence of their hideout.
I cannot leave the boy out there alone. Philip nods and wants to hold her soft, wrinkled hand forever, but he lets go and watches her as she bravely ascends the ladder and disappears into the scorching day.
Hours, days, weeks later, he's unsure. He creeps up the hatch and finds the remains of Abigail's body, charred, and next to it, his father's bell. He screams with such ferocity that he loses his voice. He falls to his knees, taps his bell, and wishes he could disappear from this living nightmare. He travels from village to village until he finds refuge with a woman called Funanya. There he finds other boys like him, under the protection of a larger group of people. They take turns standing watch, ready to ring the bell should any killing crews arrive. One night, it's Philip's turn. He hasn't slept in days. His eyelids are stones. He closes his eyes just for 1 minute and awakes hours later in the heat of the morning. They're all dead. Philip feels a rage grow inside of him. As he moves from village to village, he comes across another killing crew, laughing about the people they've killed. He spots a gun by their jeep.
Now he will be the angel of death, swooping through the infinite night.
Philip would eventually escape that war as a man and wound up finding a job at AutoHaven Wreckers. He had left Nigeria hoping for a new beginning, but it became clear quickly that AutoHaven was a place where cops would turn a blind eye to the somewhat shady business of the place in exchange for a bribe. Ajomo didn't care. It would never be anything like his childhood. Nothing could. And then, one day, he saw the trickle of blood coming from an uncrushed car. In the trunk, he found a young man, gagged with his hands tied. He freed him. The man ran only 10 feet before he had his throat slit by Ajomo's boss.
You're nothing more than a simple executioner. More or less every car had a soul in them, a service provided to certain clients.
Ajomo snapped. He'd fled death and destruction for this? This is the freedom he dreamed about since he was a child? He threw his boss in the crusher and let it compress. Slowly. As the head stuck out, he grabbed it and pulled head and spine out of the body. Then he left and was never seen again. This is a series that I started last year and only ever made one video for. There's a lot of really good lore in DBD, but it's quite overwhelming to get into, and I would like to cut it down into shorter videos like this so that anyone can understand it, and if they find it interesting, go and read up about it. I will link in the description to Pixelbush's Wraith video. Pixelbush does considerably greater depth in lore than this and actually explores the themes and things like that, which is really important to understanding a story properly. I'll be making one of these for every single killer and then one of these for every single survivor, with a new episode releasing every Wednesday. So if you enjoyed this, consider hitting the subscribe button. And if you didn't enjoy this and you're already subscribed, don't worry, I'm still doing myth videos and other things like that. A big thank you to Pixelbush, who I initially asked to record the voiceover for this, and also to Chipstar, who actually recorded a voiceover for this video. And then as I was editing, I realized, hey, I could actually voice this. My voice isn't completely dead today. So that's quite nice, isn't it? You can still hear my throat's a little bit messed up, but it's not as bad as it has been. A big thank you to my £8 and up patrons, Mr. Lista, Channel Manager, Chipstar878, and Godfather Bobby. If you want early and ad-free access to videos, consider chucking me a few quid on Patreon. Oh, God. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.